Hey guys, welcome to JasonWhiskyWise with me, Jason, bringing you whiskey review number 29. We're going to review the Craigellachie 19-year-old. Now hopefully you guys can see that. Look at the label on this one. It's all like tatty. I think this looks really cool. I have been told buy drinks by the dram. This is their old style of labels. Compare it to the new ones. I prefer this one. But anyway, Craigellachie 19, it is a travel retail whiskey, and I am jumping the 17 because I haven't yet found, I misplaced my sample, so I'll find that and then I'll come to the review. But carrying on from the last episode where I reviewed the 13, I want to do the comparison with the 19, as the 19 is the travel retail version. So getting into my review style structure, I have actually poured myself a dram ahead of time. Craigellachie does need time to open up. Very famous for their drams, or they're actually distilling in terms of condensing using worm tubs, which are pretty much copper pipes in a shape of a spring, and it's surrounded by cold water, and that gives it a much more meatier, richer character to the whiskey. So Craigellachie 19, it's aged for 19 years. Its ABV is at 46% ABV. It is non-chill filtered. The casks, again, like all of the Craigellachies, are non-specified. So I tried checking online, just couldn't find it. But the actual distillery is the Craigellachie distillery, which I'm going to show you up over here. It is in Speyside in Scotland. And the parent company for it is Bacardi. So Bacardi producing quite a lot of different whiskies, especially the Craigellachie range. Now, if you haven't also seen, the Craigellachie has a 13, a 17, 19, 23, and a 31. So quite a lot of interesting ages, and they're all kind of odd numbers. Now, the actual price point of view for this whiskey is around about £120 for a 1 litre bottle. And I'm actually going to bring a bottle over there so you can exactly see how it looks. A 1 litre bottle for around about £120. Exclusivity wise, yes, it is travel retail exclusives, only available in airports and traveling ports. And in terms of colouring, no colour added, so it's all natural colour to this whiskey. So let's get into the review itself. So in terms of assessing the actual colour for this whiskey, very similar to the 13, but it does have a lighter, sort of slightly lighter character. So I'm going to go with the straw gold in terms of the 19. So next up, let's assess the nose for the whiskey. The 19 is just, ooh. So anyway, the nose, again, I'm getting those tropical fruity notes. There's mangoes, there's a little bit of pineapple coming back into play. Right behind that, I'm getting a softer, sweeter note, which actually reminds me of, I'm wanting to say more towards like apple, sort of like a sour apple sweet with a slight fizziness to it. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And then there's also like a slight toasted note. And it's like if you get an orange peel, and not even orange, it's lemon. Yeah, lemon. It's got a bit more refreshing nose. You get a lemon peel and you put like a flame under it and you just toast it ever so slightly. It gives you that slight toasted note. And then there's a slight herbal note right on the end, but I can't pick out exactly what it is, but I'm definitely getting a herbal character right on the end. Very interesting nose, completely different from the 13-year-old, which is really awesome. So anyway, let's now next move into the palate for the whiskey. First impression of the palate, wow. You get a very meaty, chewy, sort of, it goes right into your taste buds. And then I pick out more towards like a grapefruit zest, but with a touch of smoke in it. And then a dry, sort of spiced oak, and then it goes back to being juicy again on the palate. And it's sort of like a sulfury note, which sort of comes to mind. I'm going to have a second tasting, see what other notes I can pick up, but this has got a lot going on the palate compared to the 13. So of the second tasting, it uncovers a bit more, getting more of the fruity character, more towards plum skins, very ripe plum skins, quite juicy, but at the same time a little bit of dryness there. I'm getting pineapples, fresh pineapples this time, and sort of lemons, but coated in a nice sweet coating of treacle. So nice and pleasant on the mid palate. So anyway, the final bit, we'll assess the finish, and then we'll get into the overall comments for the whiskey. This is really nice. So on the finish for this whiskey, I'm actually picking out a very long, I'm going to say it's like a long, medium long, but a bit more longer, finish this whiskey. Quite meaty again, chewy barley notes. It sort of reminds me of burnt grassy notes, which sort of lingers around the palate. And then you get a little bit of presence of spiced oak, along with a hint of sea salt. But it's ever so soft in comparison to the younger version. But still just so juicy. It's got a mixture of dryness and juicy character, which just really swap themselves around ever so nicely. So I'm going to come to my rating first, and then I'll give you my comments. And this is what I'm going to go with for my rating. I'm going to give this one here a solid 92 out of 100. This is actually a fantastic whiskey. In terms of the price point of view, around about £120 for a litre bottle for a travel retail whiskey definitely works wonders, and I think that's a great price point, and you're getting a lot for your value. This whiskey literally has so much complexity about it, and I have to also stress that when I say complexity, you're getting a bit of salty character, tropical fruity notes, whispered smoke. You get so much, you even get that sweeter note. It just sort of hits every flavour profile, and I haven't had a whiskey that's sort of done that sort of mass complexity about it. But I have to also say, do not rush this one, because I feel that would do it a massive injustice. So try giving this one a try. If you do want something that's really unique, if you have tried the 13 and the 17 or the 23, the 19 is just phenomenal, and I can definitely see why the 31 got the rating it did and won the awards in the Whiskey Magazine 2017. I think it was last month. It won the best whiskey category of 25-year-old and above. So I can definitely see why they've done that, and the 19 is just incredible stuff. So let me know if you have tried any of the Craigellachies. I'm going to actually leave the other video here, and I'm going to pop the 17 there when I do upload it. You're going to click my subscribe button over there if you haven't already subscribed. Be sure to keep up to date with all my latest videos, and also I think I'm going to wrap the video up on that. So if you have enjoyed, drop it a like, check out my blog, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and this has been Jason from WhiskyWise, and I'll catch you all for the next video.